Oh yes, I japadi nwasema wo de ba bontin. Ono ankasa kan se watumi anya kokodro yes anhwehwemu because mampani na nado dan kwakufa do asan hene so se obeboa maprani katahye ne dwumudie ya tuase wo memu eno nti eno de ono ne office aba ye independent awo ye na dwuma obia enka ne memu.
Again, in a recent 3rd August 2020 letter from you to the Chief of Staff of the Office of the President, you stated in part as follows: I have remained in this office this long out of personal respect for the President's shared commitment with me to fight corruption.
Or say now say ya show the krata wa chokoma Chief of Staff no or kan wo mu se what's not the office wa fees 2018 no be see and because ono owo e buosun ko bi e de mama mpani na nado danko akufa this as mampani asane hone so say project assassin dream die obema yetuase e wo men
pepepe. 3 was it at page 1 of the letter you claimed that you had been convinced beyond reasonable doubt that His Excellency the President had a mistaken belief that you hold office as his poodle. In substantiation of this allegation, you allude to a request by the President's Chief of Staff pursuant to a directive by the President for you to meet the President in the morning of 21st October 2020 to discuss a report you had delivered to the President. Okay. Indeed, you also described the report as being in the nature of a compliance audit or an Inspector General's report. It is instructive that the 13-page document you delivered to the President was in fact not the actual report but a summary which also included information about other investigations.
Yo, or say in the letter no or can we say or mampani adrian so between the national bottom and now I am a Juma special prosecutor and into no allegation say now no Chief of Staff of friends some mampani person ni edin komo a Japan report on what run now say Japan report no crown and yet you need no the command mampani no or call and summary and they crown or the call here. I'm can't say report na nkasa 64 pages 64
yeah and now no kon wo chese kakra bi no bo no to
summary
and what the command mampani enti no mo won kan bonte kwa say what the report ko mo mampani
so the summary na command
okay enti no ye toaso was saying your accusation of interference with your functions simply on account of the meeting of the President held with you is perplexing. In exercise of what you consider to be your powers under Act 959, you had voluntarily proceeded to proceed the Ejapa report. The President had no hand in your work. Without prompting from any quarter within the executive, you delivered a letter purporting to be a copy of a report to the President. The purpose of presenting a copy of the Ejapa report to the President is discernible from paragraph 32 of your letter to the President, in which you indicate that you had hoped the report would be used to improve current and future legislative and executive actions to make corruption and corruption-related offenses very high-risk enterprises in Ghana.
Or say mampani interfere na so de ho fare from dwumadi mu no ya ho sempa pa so be kanesa se o na woti ho e na obi a hye wo e na so pese wo ye hwehwemu e fa Ejapa report ho e na wa ye Ejapa report awie e na wo obi a so hye wo e na wo se pese wo de report ni bi kokoma mampani e na wo de akọ wo de ko ye so wo se enye criminal report no wa ye na mom se de be ya ye ko ye ni makọ akosensan krata bi te se Ejapa transaction no prior katahye ni dwumudie wo mu no ye behwe ni ye nti e na wo ye na wo de ho asem koma mampani
pepepe 5 no twice pepepe was it is baffling that you will present a summary report of work not commissioned by the President or a member of the executive to him and expect him not to act on the report, particularly in light of the clear expression by your good self that the report was supposed to guide future executive actions. It should be noted that Article 581 of the Constitution vests executive authority in the President. The President was thus under a constitutional injunction to take further action and make further enquiries of you in relation to the work you had purportedly carried out and which concerned the exercise of executive discretion. The President's meeting with you on 21st October 2020 was and should have been understood by you in this spirit.
Yo, the attorney said, Abra, Ode report no ekokoma mampani no. wa nkasa na wo sese de be ya dachi bi ye transaction bi sa ye be hwe ni yenti e na wo de koma mampani enti mampani so constitution na so mai mamra ne mani tumi se ye de bibi sa ba be kan nsa e wo so otu ho na mo eno te ho na mo ntuo no ene se ofre wo se bra na ye ntena se na ye nka na obi a ne ho wo mu bie no ono so ye ma ne here no ono so meka na sem ewo mu enti se mampani fre wo a na ne enti a wo fre wo ni sa na wo se wo te ho asa na obasan hie mu no kra.
At the meeting of 21st October 2020, you conceded not having given the appointees of the president affected by your report a hearing or an opportunity to comment on your observations and conclusions. In accordance with the constitutional standards of fairness, reasonableness, and candor, the president requested you to give the public officers in question an opportunity to comment on your findings and conclusions. Fidelity to the principles of fairness is a basic tenet of administrative justice. A request to comply with the rules of natural justice and fair hearing surely cannot be cited as a basis for alleging interference, consequent upon which you would resign.
Meeting na mampani frɛ wa oba e no bisa wo sɛ enkofa wo bo mu din wo report mu anya bia wa frɛ wo mo bisa wo mo side of the story na wo se da bi wan frɛ obi a so so comment ena mampani sɛ enye law of natural justice first fam mu asem enti obi bia wa bo ni din wa asem yi mu no bo modern na ye frɛ ni pa no so ne response a wo wa asem yi mu no fabra sɛ de natural law of natural justice kyerɛ no sɛ de be ya obi a dwum be ya ne fine wa asem no hu no saa pepepe na wo sɛ wo ye
7 was in any event, it is pertinent to point out that without compulsion, you agreed to the president's request to offer the public officers affected by your work an opportunity to comment on what you now strangely characterized in your letter as serious corruption and corruption-related offenses. It was pursuant to the clear concession on the need to give the public officers whose conduct had been impugned by your report an opportunity to be heard on the matter that the president requested comments from the Ministry of Finance.
Ose saada no a oba ya okache ose enye se sa na tie dia ma sankrofo no kwan na omunyu omuho no obi anfo so wo obi anhye wo se tinchina me na me mampani ntem o na wo di to mu se wo hu se ehu be hia se wo be ma sankrofo a wabo mu din e wo report ni mu no omu be ba no mo soso aba be yi wo hu no san se wo wabo mu din e wo mu sa se mi o se afede wo a waji asam na to mu se e ye no kra se e wo se ye mo kwan mo be yi na afi wo se okra na wo di atum kra na wo nwi na wo ye reluctant na wo nwi
me ba o ono ne letter no otro sa
was reluctant we feel the word reluctant
o di atum so me
me fe so na wo di tu
me ba god mo chance ono ne krata no ro amatena medu ensem otro ye no eno so ka ho okase apart from nsem okeka ye se woni chief of staff koshia ampa eno so ka ho eno so ka ho eti mampani state ye no e de aba
request se man sankrofo ni nyina kwan obi anhye wo na osi yo afi wo de nkrata ba bonte an wo se ameme fe kwan so na oji tu
enti mo hwe pani a oye independent oye mra nimni na ompese ode obi a ebekọ ohaw mu obra bia ni pakro no enye ade a e wo se ede ohaw beba no so na wa report na mampani e kan kire ne se bo modin asa obema obi akwanya na nipa no so abeyi ni ho ano wo de wo de aba no ho no no ka se me gitumu so anya ntumu wo abodwo so na me gi atum na me bonyo so se me gi atum wa di
obi aso anhyew
I'm of a na me ba so hasi was at the meeting of 1st November 2020 the president duly delivered to you the response of the Ministry of Finance to the allegations contained in the Ejapa report. In a rather dramatic turnaround, you refused to accept the comments of the Ministry of Finance. This was most disturbing, especially in light of your statement at paragraph 33 of your letter to the President dated 16 October 2020 that your report, in quote, was in the nature of compliance audit or an Inspector General's report which needs to be taken seriously.
Wa wo dia show report ni mo say asama wo dia ba no a very serious matter. It's yen taking it serious. Ye ma ye ni
fa ko free chiri ade na okan ya no fa ko free ba bi okan ya e de ba no.
Okay. November 1st oni mampani hia ye no. Sabe na mampani act on a report how de ba no. E de ama finance ministry for. E no mo do report aba. Omo the report mampani the report ni ma wa wo se menye. Wa anye report no. E no na drama na e ba ye no. Ena ni nyina mu soso na Japan report ya wo de bae o say asɛm a ɛwɔ
no amana de tie ne say wanya report no fi say ono na dwene mo no ne ono abeka kire mampanin eno pepepepe na so o man ni di so nti wanya report
mo bi nka bi
sana this contest sana kire wanya report no fi say ono matena bi du no susu say ne wahuna fasa nipa no ho no ode ababonten na enso o man ni gitum
ye na fe de eche say watch bible
eti no we refer say o se dabi it's a command what say you follow
of a compliance audit
no compliance audit you have to comply because what game is a compliance audit
ba ye na nipa na owo mu no wa frɛ no na wono so yi no
no won't mean you want no it's a soldier for the police for juma once an order comes so no so obey before you complain
inspector general's report
that's it an inspector general's report unia se bia beka pam e wo so dey adwuma sa no ura matana bi do person kire sa no ka kire yen the compliance report
I check mu say ono dey as we beka ne final because sa no waka compliance audit or like inspector general's report or can we say betim
this including the president or amana adwuma no sa dey anya papa cross
so do is not the law
yes ebia adwuma no kra no ne watumi aka so no wabre so dey adwuma okoto so dey adwuma na nya dey bebo me ka say rock care clinic ma ven capsules rock care clinic kope bito papa mane memedra ye nom edisiesie ye ho ema boa ma odru mpani mfie so gunsu e bakama ye frɛ no ye ven capsules ukɔ miamia etonra wonsa beka bi mema no edi pakum no akoye memedru ene ma no so di geniki 442 omo bono mrane se achi akami natural mineral water ena ye de nom adenta pantan junction KTV dan kese no be kono dodo no ahoba ukɔ kan shi drug lina ebi wo ho pa no akopɛ bi frɛ 0244 183230 0244183230 na oni omo edin komo bank e wokrom ha de eno ani ADB your bank ba ko pe I can assure you say woko ADB for aso ye na okọ akọ bank ya enema nyina akọ yie kama shanon so na fama me na enema nyina akọ yie kama e wo ADB wonom aso ye enti shanon so na fama me goel yankasa ye dia goel o se menkai o se oba na se bus drivers wo hono mu a na bibia tumi kama ede amount enti yensha no so enche be kwa ahma no so but God mum yenye de awie no ansa na yakọ ahma no so God into asoma me
enti on so point 8 no was it is baffling that you purport to prepare a compliance audit and yet deny the subjects of the audit a hearing. It is also noteworthy that on 2nd November 2020 you released the actual 64-page Ejapa report which the president had hitherto no knowledge of to the public. It is extremely important to emphasize that the subject of your discussion with the president on November 1, 2020 was the delivery to you of comments to your report by the Ministry of Finance. At no point...
the New Patriotic Party issue statement ewo asem Korea iho na ura abuabia Samoa oye opening power woda womo enkomodie ano na ordinance ehye krata no asiyene no nkodi eho enkomo lawyer machi
Yenia.
What to say?
Yamia madum.
Yada se anopɛ sɛ wagye enso na yɛba bedi enkomo. Orama atena midu ede ne resignation letter ebeto abonte no. New Patriotic Party quickly mo aba abeka bi na sem poti ben na mo pese Ghana 40 ase edi free party no.
Michelle mami fa kwenye suna menchia adentamai omada romantina mstiwa homa yeso anopei ni bia nkoju da se di omaka no an se adwumapa yesim no o se yesen piame na yefrudu apa no da omasi amova
mira
asiye no a na matiame du da ho ewo adipotini bia ewo seye ne boa Ghana dream keta sheni proyecto kwa ne tu twapre kope ye wo se ye ni se etimi tijina ewo dom anim etimi kire se me sa asue ye obie ni ho se me so mrape na mde ye adwuma me hwe ni pa ni enti begu de asemsia na ukrum sofo ni bishop ni ohene ni ade ade echi no mo pache no afa ho adi tashi ade no yen shere so kwa bia so enu ni ahodi a omampanyi na na do dan kwaku fadu e pesa so e nya na MPP4 ye how pa ene say na ye ka say di ye how pa ne say ma tiame du idi kan dia so ye hye sa eno kwe o ma so ye na gidi se bu ni din da emum no ebi ni du ye se nko betimi atintam ama so ye na gina ne na so preko pe no wadi ye hwambo wadi adwuma na to fom ena MPP aha ye mpa wadi ye hwambo che se ebri a ono na afie ebri a ono na afie se ye mampanyi ahye ne so azeni mampanyi aka sembi ahye no mampanyi wadi ngoma bi ko mampanyi tu anamo bi anya ne de saa nyema ni nyina no entwemfua no entina ho odin so entina so ye na ho odin so entini tumi a odimi bi gina a obi anhye ne so no entini tumi ne so enti yayi ehu ne senka obekuru chekata se omampanyi ahye me so nti magye adwuma no ne o senko ye nse omampanyi ahye me so nti mapagye adwuma no afi de me di mra ene ye adwuma enu na wentini anya nke begye so ye ne si ho prekope a wentini anya aye ya nti ye statement say omampanyi nyintum adwuma no ntimi nya omampanyi enyi ni na krata ne ntum don pro bi foforo a obetimi aye adwuma no se saase na ho odin no ni obi otena ho obetimi aye adwuma no a fimi keta ahye ne proye no asubete kura embu di otia bam ene embu di ontia bam ti maki e baye no a woni di washase wudi nkese se wudi wusu ade ampa nsema okuni omampanyi kwatena se Kenya wabetwira to abonten wusu na sasu na wusu na wobitimi adisa nkomo na bonten no na ga di nkomo wie wosi me sa to aso akoye adwuma wo semi semra ma me ho kwan se me di adwuma se president be shemi so se president in shemi so se president be fremi se president am fremi me di ene se madwuma no emra ene tamachi eduru saa no osi president afro jamra no ho edi wadwuma atofo wa haye nyina o se nkutimi gina na so no ye ni ehu saase na gina mpa e se president ye boni bia ade ya president ye nye boni bia ye ya boda baso so ya ade e se odi kwadu bia sebe e fe fiase ho krono kwadu e fe fiase ho e se ni pedi etimi kire ni tum enti sa kwadu no ansa na e begia tum fo obi ho no o se pense mu ni hu se nipa no hu so ana se no kwe enti president yo ya ni se odi krata ne be ma no no si twen na me nhwe wo mo obom kwadu no se omu bibi kan emra kwan so the friend natural justice oposo wo ti kwa pai ye wo be kan nko an ye kenke bibia ene na so ye no e ho pass wo ni sei wo de ne sei de wo be ka bia no de kwa se bibia wo de kwa se bibia nso a ye be friends anko for na mo ya no the president ka se o mom kofo ne hwe no mi na ye sanfa nko aseye kura o mi ye ho adwuma na che se wo hye kura wa jiatu eso wo se ma kan se wo di krata ne be na ma aboa na mo na siketa se ne dream ne boye ano afedi wo mu nya hwe se o si adwuma kwa obi anka se fakrata no koma no wa na ye o krata nti bibi wo mu a no anso be ka che amanse nyina se krata na de koma ma bi wo mu ni de mpese mi ye ni o ye se ma me nye enso me de meye e se me ya magana anka wadwuma akoso na obekira ye nyina ka se o mampanyi se ade o se emra ma kwan se ma me o mampanyi se ma me de o mampanyi no ye mra mampanyi no ye mra wo mra eboa wo nti ye MPP de anya ye de so de adwuma no to ho ni wo gidi se ba bi ogina no gabe boa yen pa so timi ko so a na mo onya de ato ho no nsuso de ye hye mampanyi ma se on konani mo nye boni bia on probi enhye nanan na obi obetimi aye adwuma no ye nyina ye mo na adwuma no nkoso
ne bi no mo kan se ohwe ne a oye a sa office na nkasa na ebia ebe maso obi ko ho no mo a nipa kro no nso anya adwen foforo sa na wo hu no
o mi hu ne sa kwa officer emra na apege na si ho ye hia sisi ani obi o wa kokodu a obedi mda no so ene pe na aka obi wa kukudura ngama le kwan o de ye adwuma no ana aka and to say the match ayen mat waji the din w asyen edi kan ye timi pegesi ho no kura na ye nkunimdi eti adwuma ne keta asyen project na mat anona di atwa ho sia de na ni gaswa ni pa no wo ni mu no ni di danko fa no a ya so ye ni ma pija ti obi obebe bia no o sha ase kunkonso odi ase
na
no bi nkese eno de be sha ase ebe bo no
medase balance na obekro no meso se gina so na menyi wadwene wo memmo voice kakra bi na menyi wadwene e wo ho na mentie se nia ode etu dwa no se na bia one no ebeye adwene a tiwe kakra na menyi wadwene ho okay yamfa free hasi emra
be remembered for. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, let me be very humble to tell you that I accepted the nomination to try. I didn't accept the nomination on the grounds that I will succeed. I accepted to try. And that's what I'm going to do. Because I'm just one person.
Okay, 107.1 so yani ora ababia samwa na edi enkomo na yanko na opani mi se o tie ne voice no wose adwuma no ogie se oba be ya hwese bia ebe ya sabra wo kasa asem no mrahye badwafie no be ka asem yi na ye ma no kwan se onkonkoye no na ne yua no no
wo adwuma ya o ye de bia de be chi bia no o ya hwe ana mebwa uko transi uni mbebesi debia oye
ansa na ebe ma kwan se beye no nyini so bia no anadwuma o de be ma se beye na yem yenhwe
kasa kwa bi bebia no otie no tende adwuma na hye ne sada da waje atum so obeye na ye toto na no ano toto de o betimi ada no ho di se obre ne ho ase o tutu no ho bia ne kasa the me who say kasakwa bi bezo obezo ye no daboko on go me hwa no say won wa sisi ade na wie ta inside me who no kasakwa
okay me do ase no pa bi pa me be san ba
emission
nyankopon so enka horo ya boabia samwa na yene no edi nkomo no o kasa edema the new patriotic party wono ene hwe won masue ya kasa edema party no wono ne wapanimpa woda no aso ne san ye adenta mrahye bedwani na yene no edi nkomo no me kai wo se ene is ope baby do back school ye St Peter's Mission School ya je nkwada no edi free form kra crèche na ya tete akwada no ene ye dru senior high na ohia nkwada nketo aye gi wo mo na ya tete wo ma ba bia do wo madura ba biom begina owiase bia no wonom edan so sanse akyerɛkyerɛfo ye adwuma ene ne ma hodo ekoso ho no eso ani ye wo swimming pool ahodo e ho a ye kyerɛ nkwada no afi piano lessons eno no de wa ba fie wadi di awie ya dwa ne kama no na afi yakoboa na masane ma ni nyina nso so watumi ehunu hye ne nso ye san so ye remedial classes enti awofo muntu mreka emfa mo ma no enko fre 0540 122734 0540 122734 0540 na ene wo mo enkodi nkomo ya akopasa aseto asase na efunti ni kanfo amanfre 0243 257 223 0243 257 223 nanka ye 10,000 yateso edi aba 5,000 ne 5,000 kura so yasan achim enti tumreka frɛ na asase ne da yie na kopedi god yanku yanim
number 8 horma na me wona wone YB ekasa enti no mamensa entwa so fi hodon baabia
koso
we say it is extremely important to emphasize that the subject of your discussion with the President on November 1, 2020 was the delivery to you of comments on your report by the Minister of Finance. At no point did the President ask you to shelve the report so he could handle the matter. Handle the matter, no, or the quotation marks. It is difficult to see in what way and in what context the President will seek to handle the matter when the matter was already public knowledge and had led to the Minister of Finance suspending action on the Ejapa transaction in anticipation of your report. You are clearly aware that the president had accepted the observations you had made in the Japan report and had acted on it by issuing directives to officials of the Ministry of Finance and the Attorney General's Department. This cannot be the conduct of a person seeking to hamstring your efforts or to avoid the contents of the report.
Say report meeting on him and Penny November 1 na Ministry of Finance for a report on Modia Banner no person demand na baby any honor Penny catcher and say report no on from baby to no man Penny ebedi hujuma one can over baby ada anche ora Martin Amedu enti se man Penny ya or no di adia brand no na watu ho na mo se omo mu no omo ma me report omo ho ewo mu no eye den e na man Penny a waye awatu na mo bi ati se yie no o ka se ono epese on pese obeye wadwuma se special
se man Penny kan se man kada no e no yi adanse e kire se asem no wan kan kire se fatu ansa na me an be ye ho adwuma efiri se de di ka asem na ankasa kora na edabonte a obi anim me tosu mie no asem no ankasa na e ba ye no me de wonu ma woso mu yi om ho ano no me ka kire wo se me fra mo ma be yi om ho enti e kwa ba so na be pia kasa me ka se fatu
na tosu mie nsa so ne say based on all report in the Ministry of Finance suspending mo enu ntino ekwan be so na se be ka se be hand mo handle ne say
di adanse amampani yi ye wasema Roma tena bi du aka se ono ka so mfanto no anhwe so no ebi ni abobo so e de a kire mo no
fa had the number 9 the mod me be pa
koso
how so do
koso
was it is also important to recall that even though your denial of officials of the Ministry of Finance an opportunity to be heard on your report was unreasonable, the president did not resist your refusal to accept the comments. Furthermore, a copy of the Japan report as well as a report of what had transpired between yourself and the president found its way to the public domain. As an expression of the president's commitment to the success of your office, there was no complaint from the presidency.
I need to there's a man now the president office will be the command.
I see Abra can say Oman Ministry of Finance for you and one was 70 mono. Sasa na ni edu to menye ye. Ojune ho asoso a won tia se.
Na so man pani fa na.
Ni no man pani e kan o kan sa won yinto no man pani aka ho hwe. Na wo firi ho no mo anade e call so wo no man pani se mu ni mu no. Na de abeto abontene.
Oron. Abofa.
Ye wie.
Okay. Number 10 no. Number 10 they say football quad or table more than number 10 and number 7. But say it must be emphasized that other than in respect of the Japan report, you have never made any claim of interference in your work by the president. Indeed, even when you erroneously and without moral or legal basis decided to confer immunity from investigation and prosecution on the presidential candidate of the National Democratic Congress, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, in connection with the infamous €5 million bribery affair by refusing to investigate him on the clearly untenable grounds of his being a candidate for president, neither the president nor any member of the executive challenged that strange exercise of your discretion. Surely, this was in furtherance of the protection of the independence of your office. It is stranger still that you will now suggest that the president, who some may argue will have benefited politically from the prosecution of John Mahama, was interfered with your independence by suggesting that you apply the rules of natural justice to officials concerned with the Japan.
Nia me pesa Omanfo eti ase ne owura matena mi du ankasa oti ase ne se me mfa me hu metwitwiri won sem bie mo se woyi ejapade yi a wo ka ho asem se me dem ho abetwitwiri mu no a bibie ni ho a waka no ba bia da se me dem ho abetwitwiri won sem mo eno ne ne edi kan na empo ye be kwa akoto abai a enka metumi anya mfaso efri owura John Dramani Mahama ene eba sensem eba ye no ho no wankasa wo de tumi ahye wankasa won sem se because se oye presidential candidate nti enya de a wo be pese wo be investigate no fi so investigate na de asem beba eno kura no mema mpani etuamra but manka ho hwe abemu pani bia so nka ho hwe na de botaye ne se ye pese office no wo de wo ho na wo tumi ye wadwuma asem no de tietia no
ano oksaka se enka onumpo de nka ye investigate and ye prosecute John Mahama
Ekomenya so fa so say na maka no kabato obremu ne wa kese so otumi nya airbus na won fa so from John Dramani wan ka ho we because efo dia wo kan no so tiamra
enyina mra bia so eso man pagi se wo da nya hwe wo na mama asa position wi etu de koso ye wadwuma wan complain enya amofa die
na ya God in compensa no dwuma bi self boss that be at the pump say John Haman also they at the pump bi
I mean my dear pam
oh yes self boss for some control man for man wo fie ni memma mo amori school university for am wo fie dropouts am wo fie housewives am wo fie afi mo amoni nkofo matie mo mrai na ye nkyere mo coconut oil millet drink wheat yogurt drink attach drink customized nut chocolate and also your chiro na liquid soap dey na just say no be fan free sanitizer free we be fan free bleach ay this senior ma mesra ko na kosua bi nye da bia na obekọ akoto ade abena nya ko ko hu kiki na kosua bi kosua bi na ana first one no kosua bi
o kire me dada
sa na ekoyie de
ekoyie ankasa mofa
I see
o de one day meye bia ba na mo na
mo nyame ya aduma me de di animu ya e wo Accra College of Education e na sa adwuma no e ba so nkrofo kosua ye beje 250 Ghana pe ye be feed anopa ye be feed ahia adwuma de no e koso a day program enti so 026 0246 289 922 0246 289 922 na yenkonkodi enkomo e mawre mfise enedi STC Ghana ha mo ko bebia enti wono maso ye ya wonim wo enkran ha seka achimota tema ama saman kaswa afi kaswa Adam Nana ene stations ahodo awoni nyina wokwa bebia pese ko Ghana bia ye do beko dunkwa ofi oboase ho techiman huni valley kentampo yeji yendi wa chesem ya ye bebre STC fe na geo ticket 0557 943605 0557 943605 Orumo boye ni nyuma aka amene yede dobonka tenu nsem na bro ya okoko no nti akope kokko nti felaza abna
offices are yede ma special prosecutor 1 year name sa one account mu ne de wa me yanka ho no
sa o de ofatana se beka
it offices are 1 year ni sika one account na me ho se bibi so flash so was an allowance you know the call say bibi
am faisi enema no dos ni nyina mu no
na allowance no
na obi awu so ntimi je
dabi ontimi
won me say afia so a wo say matami do the report ko ma parliament say afia adwuma otimi ye amofa adwuma na matami do afia otimi ye
onye obi obetumi aye adwuma no ontimi me su ni o Ghana free ho nipa omko kan ho office wa no no mo ye adwuma me su papa anya agro
amofa
me su papa
accountant bi dwuma wo didi no
me su papa
enye ya musa kwa said the deputy go the relationship with the deputy
deputy
the type on adio
ko ka deputy na asem say ni sika ka entiama wasuma
wo de ka wasem
ese no anyway yanko ana God ba ko bi kan wa de beba
che ho de be kana Joma Hama so be ka bi
sa o se de but enra class say na Ministry of Education echema schools no 241 apart from directors of education on befa Land Cruiser Prado tia roba de ko ye no another class 241 and akọ enwumasuam what de me kra de enwumasuam de ka me nko ke channel ye bibia de akọ ho ama enwumasuam tumi adimu na Ghana yetumi anya baby pagina ya fentuma pa e de fra enje be ko bia ya eja to ye no na afi yakọ akọhwese de ho ensem no esi etie mom yanko anim gode
me fa Ghanaian time story
fa Ghanaian time story
eno ada say the wedi kan mo fa Ministry of Education o mo ye nhyehyeye ma pickups ya wo mo de ko senior high schools ahodo wo asantemantam ne epoye mantam wo mo edane kids ni nyina ede mampanifo eda schools na no eno da nchen ya technical vocational education training centers wo mai mo so ya de cars ni di ko ho no mo de
abama men ko odo na market na ye ne Kofi Chire Matin Kofi go na do na adinim ye ne no nkodi nkomo emfi Kofi Mache Kofi good morning hello Kofi okay the line no a drop here so can about to aswame
enti enra ena prof Yanka Ojina ministry na nemo ede sa cars nyina emaye 241 Toyota Hilux pickups na bi nso ka ho na ochese aban we asane hene no se enwuma hwe pa de obema no ayekra behwe we
Hello Kofi
Ofa
boko de
ami adumu
anope ojina he
isi abenu ka se migina sek Ghana Commercial Bank chi ho se ikamfuni a 2015 bi agbo ifini du 10 si ye no ho ne chipe market na odo na hono na eja ahye eja na wa ha no before na wa munyama ina ahye so mtesa te be 12 am ene eja ne chance na obehwe ha nipa munyama ahye wa ha no enya de ketwa containers ene kiosks na tupu azese wa eja ne bifu se na eni de mutse se eye kanea to ene touch ma ana ma eja na sisina no wo owo munyama na ahye bi wa ha ade bi sare se ebrebe no tie ene oba ne die no wafa won shop o we bi wa ye friend Noah wa mo ba manepe ndio so chama ebrebe na obti se eja to ha na be 3 o'clock na meti se eja na to na mo fie na meti se eja na to ha na me fa car e de ba na me ba ye no party na won de be bia ash wooden structures in metal containers ni nyina de bia yantimi amfakre this omana omo around the timifa mo number 1 or 2 things but the akane de obi en what timifa bibia wa na wo shop san na wo shop miensa na wa ba ko ye barbering shop ba ko mienu ni ye printing shops a me ye printing general printing t-shirt printing mi ade ba me ba nde emu ni omo nyina asia na timi amfa bibia wa akura ni nyina na pikula ma amfa bi wa Opasati ya mami bi on friend odimu de mo shop na sise na me wo first PR wa han pese ni edidi ko ba ku ni na ye bisa ne so mo ba ye no e die no mo hu touch ma eja no anase bi do sen na ama hanase na wa no chechi ma che Omanfm
okay Kofi go na ye ne no din komo free odo na market
na bi ni omo edin komo na ebi so mo se ebia na ba ye na eja na ma me mo akwa de ma na ehu se mo twaja onyama
na ye no nyina me storm de no ni nyina se na ma mo ye mo wie ni nyina da ze se de bia afi bia si omo me ka bia omo kwa esika bia omo me ka bia enti ha na me so omo pese entu ha enti ebetu asoso ya bre ni ka pra ma mi ti ka odi ma ye na ye dia ko no ma ash no
ade na to wa
to sa ene gen na ni pure water da le bre aba mo ye sika nyina she ye
na me opa mo ba me bi so ha sem ni bi ko me ton wig wa ha na bibias na chese last month yana government ma ye NBSS loan the Accommodation. So you can imagine everything is gone, virtually gone. And yes, this is the third time you come through this ordeal. This is the third time. Bamu bara mesha na mo farmer rubber bowl ni blanket. Just say better na. And yes, rubber bowl ni blanket na not my. This time they were appealing to the government say he should come to our aid because this is becoming unbecoming. This market is under AMA, so they have to do something. They will come and barricade here for a while. Which we can't stand it anymore. We didn't even enjoy it. We didn't enjoy it. Everything is gone. So the government should come to our aid. They make construct markets. No, they should make rooms. Oh, they should take true charge of the market. What is a Canadian market, Ashida? Because there's control there. Oh, they should take true control here. We are under AMA.
Madam, what do you mean? Kofi, hello, Kofi.
Yeah, Opa.
Mami ne madam o cancer aban me take over na omonsi stores na e wo behwe no aban kura kasa o take that decision na omo market for no ankasa nso so na omo bu afu na omo kasa ti aban no ne ade afi on be ma kwan say aban en take over na omonsi stores no fama wo
wo musa when you are dealing with individuals yes I net here what it but government you have to stand firm on your grounds. Let us say that me present market here. Who are we to say? Okay, Corona by a government president because of the Anaya Koda. It is a government in the next year say, this is what I want you to do in this market. Who abide? And so say, but they shouldn't overlook that. We are pleading. That means everything is virtually bent. I've been here since 3 o'clock in the morning. But yes,
yeah, say so gas cylinders and yama a timid jabba do one and crop 4 stores from sanity.
I have gas cylinders. Almost a lot of things, a lot of freezers, a lot of gas cylinders. They are cooking. Freezers, they are uncomfortable. You cannot complain. Oh, but if government president put his down, sit down. You don't stop. But who am I to tell a fellow person? I mean, you should freezer. But a lot of freezers, a lot of gas, electricity, it keeps tripping. It keeps tripping. And you don't know, say, and the tripping and a boom. Because the light off, light on. What is this? And of course, we don't know. Because light in Sukahu. Freezers were high.
Not just a light, no, said they okay. Freezers near there. More overload and a back on and in there, Banachi, a bit with the Jabana.
I see the we can't tell because the thing started 1:30 in the morning. I got a call 3 o'clock. Oh, and I've been around. I'm saying like trippy. Until we don't know if it's the fault of the light. And I said we can't tell. What you say? Mobile no medum jan ede ne den no maya for ho ama eja no isi adom
Omanfm
na eja no ayewe itino
Kovisa on san kan no a megide se awia brem no record na awia brem yentimi ni ho nkomo. Okay. Chamati Kofigo ni atenenka ede efri Odona market 107.1 so ni Shannon so ha eye Oman FM. Governor Salbedi competent team kwabena kwachi abena nyakoko ekuma. Godom sadia ya no mom ya na ehomra so. Ya na ehomra na afi ye ba na ye de aka no aba beto so. Dabi mema be 15 minutes pe. Hey! Because
the office not more cantonment. They will say a 3 bedroom. Oh wow, boys quarters no quite 3 bedroom. Sir, yes. And a main building, a story building. Maybe or for maybe or so. That did make a prosecution.
Maybe an agent of the company.
I'm office. And on our request for air conditions. The beam said they now on air bear for. And almost the 3, almost the big county on 8 air conditions. And almost can say. Electrical Joanna or so move be shake. One share before or sit down on trust to be a share. Oh, yeah, you know, a woman have no triple. They say, and almost say near. I saw more share not electrical win almost. Also, Monco free on prosecuting. I'm landlady. I don't prosecute to say electricity the triple. I'm landlady. I'm prosecuting.
But if I say, baby, I also anchor at tier pad, yeah. One of the say prosecuting. The fear I saw Tibulo.
Winti, where Martina Midu, Mama Yaman Koboko.
A diner, a war, press center. So on set or castle on pedal committee. Nipa do work committee no money abra almost shut down because you're a boa, many public bread chief of staff office, chief director office. Wait. No money no go so no more shut down. Yeah. Or no alcohol a damn fufrubi. So I work cantonment and also a pen. And Omuguso or say or person Minister of Works and Housing and a renovating manner. And Omkobo Works and Housing man and Omkofa AESL. No many trans according to the specification, need taste. And Omoko started renovation after 2 months or say on Namo drive no asako office B press
Mese mo me man ko do boko.
Press center. Press center. Press center. A British embassy. Say baby, I say some dey on your passport office.
Much be free to flat screen TV, fridge, deep freezer, washing machine, kitchen, alarm office in Nima Biara, brand bank, sauce bank na water hair.
Samsung,
Media,
Nasco,
Toshiba, Kiss Appliances in Yemen now boy unbeatable. A bolo of them, Pradia, Nayan Chabu Yemen free. Standing fan,
electric kettle,
iron,
core credit,
mobile phone.
When 1 + 2 = 3 Shisha Case Air Appliances never was a double promo imu.
Ofan Koporia, your bank police station.
And cry Abeka Free Pipe Junction.
Amasama, your bank Universal Filling Station.
Opposite White House, ACP.
And someone with your total any mobile mediation anymore. Chris Air Appliances, our matriculation.
0555
77
60
50
Ama 0200
42
10
04.
One Ghana.
Ghana decides. We are ready. We are ready to go. Election 2020.
Ghana decides.
The Electoral Commission of Ghana is constitutionally mandated to conduct presidential and parliamentary elections on Monday, 7 December 2020. Voting will start at 7 a.m. prompt and end at 5 p.m. Please report at the polling station as early as you can to cast your vote. Bring along your voter ID card so you can easily be identified. Wear a nose mask and adhere to all COVID-19 protocols. A name reference list officer will check your particulars in the name reference list. A verification officer will verify your identity as a registered voter with a verification device. You will be issued with a presidential ballot paper. Please check to see if it has no marks on it. Also ensure it has a validation stamp at the back. Make your way to the voting booth. Thumbprint correctly your choice of presidential candidate and cast your vote. Proceed to the next polling assistant for a parliamentary ballot paper. Make your way to the voting booth, thumbprint correctly your choice of MP and cast your ballot. Please leave the polling station after casting your ballot. You may return at the close of polls for counting of the ballots. Be a good citizen. Exercise your right to vote. Your vote is your power.
Ghana, elections 2020. Your vote is your power.
Franco Trading Enterprise still phone Papa Fee, Samsung near, Nokia near, iPhone near, say our printers, mobile phone, accessories. Franco Trading Enterprise have our one TV, digital television set, this satellite, any ultra panels, and Bobuma.
Franco Trading Enterprise, and Facebook, Saoko Franco Trading Enterprise page. Nasa likes number 100,000. Ayoma, and you muniga. Samsung at www.francotrading.com. Android app, Franco Trading, Instagram, at Franco Trading. Nani Papa the 4 dosunti. Franco, at the Momo pay code number 189480.
Your branches on the baby, Wagana baby, Nemo, head office on the Twaya Dabaka, opposite Rugby Cinema.
Franco will community one waterworks in the Dianime. Cycle, opposite Odor Rise. Madina, 100 meters away from the police station. Kaswa, Franco, opposite Kaswa Polyclinic.
And now for your numbers in Nani and Chowuntum 0246 422 338 and 0546 133 188. Franco Trading Enterprise.
Still, from Papa Fee.
And you're not going.
Van capsules. V-E-N-E. Van capsules. And your full supplement. A semutati. And a papa for 4. And we are 2 and number 4. Now you're 424. What do you cry? A man and man. I pay for a battle more money for them. Kwadawa ni fielding the union and come home. Van capsules. Manu, be a man the Jones so a flow come up. The sister cried. The friend wife or just so yes, my king.
Mijna watch my king.
Hey, middle
Van capsules. Said the agent when you're my king. One so ya McCain. Van capsules. Yes, you want me.
Wow. And you also we am queen. Van capsules. Yes, you want my sister. Wa uke customer ni pa.
Pharmacy, chemical and herbal shops.
At 4 Red Care Clinic Limited. At Dental Pantan Junction. Our care TV down at 0244 18 32 30.
Van capsules.
V-E-N-E.
FD Ashisha Sa Ejedi Nkrato Imu Adia Tumuse Eye.
Hey, Efira, Nade, who will be the man? ago anadwo sabrede ade uba to me monana
Devio obapa Spanish garlic mixture na wo kire me ma me kotoye no ana me yiri si etimi tu yade bi ti se obi apampan ewo nanum
ane aya no kra Spanish garlic mixture ya ma obi a odunson tentem de na kuma boni periperi de ne na se tatai na ne swade ewo ni pedue no asa aboa ma mogedi efusani ye ane de anani subiri no
Spanish garlic mixture ne se upe bi ato a ewo akra no obenya bi o Hellos Heba Kings Walk Heba omunyina ewo Okanshi Drug Lane ana afen so no Heba shop any pharmacy shops bia wo mai muso no onsa ebeka bi
shanen so oba wa fa afro de o ma akwada no for ani akwada a onya mfie du menu entimi nom adro yi bi fra 0266114111
Sankra Trade Food and Drugs Authority ahwehwem agye atumi se eye anokware moma yenka na Spanish garlic mixture die eye du papo
kana kabiem
ade panono kofa bae wasan de 3CP papa ebeboa efie bia aba mese ade padie etwamuda wo de 3CP ebu som dware a eba ho ban efimu amoa ho fa 3CP efre so huhu wanu anopa bia na ma wo se ho ban wo aduane na eja ana eso hye ehyewo a fa 3CP efre so fifa so enu ano no wo hye hu wi a fa 3CP efre eso fifa so na beboa obebre 3CP ehye pimples empompo ekro na ekum kro animu ya wonso 3CP so de enye na wo drugstores bia mu atufo ko ade pharmacy ene SGSSB ene hwani mu okanshi for 0302 664832 kuma se ade pharmacy e wadum ene Hello FM ene hwani mu 3CP efie bia hia 3CP bambo
because the greatest things are born from the smallest of thoughts. Just as your seeds in a rich soil grow to become trees that bear fruits, the Agricultural Development Bank, ADB, helps you sow, invest, nurture, and grow your personal and business plans by serving you with years of banking ingenuity and experience in agribusiness, corporate and commercial banking, consumer finance, e-banking, and many more through our network branches across the country. Whatever the culture, whatever the dream, we grow with you. Call us today on 0302-210-210 or visit www.agricbank.com. ADB, truly agric and more.
Kawi, fuel of the woman Go Super XP Ron 95. I have one additives properly. And yes, I'm already. Debut Go Super XP Ron 95 on a higher grade fuel. Now, so the bonnie no math on a pepe. How much should I send you and winter moon into a bomb siska and a Sansu who engine no more Phoebe frame cannon was also. It's when you need to know. The one no math for a pepe. I say additivated diesel XP so into just a baby. And who here said driver via the castle with Jessica extra beer for the high grade fuel. Golly, I ain't in Goyle. Good energy.
I says Black Friday big sale na sabe bio. Fa hujimo ni atete ni amani so sale. Every Friday 27th November. Ekopi Monday 30th November 2020. I says ni amani nina. Ya tete so. Every television, refrigerator, chest freezer, air condition, gas cooker, electric cooker, washing machine, mobile phones, sound system, microwave oven, blender, iron, rice cooker, water dispenser, kettle, steamer, any baby break home. So I wouldn't say I says in near my dear, hey papa, hey che, and power, none of boss so dafom. I says in Kwani Junakua, Otto Adewa, Yama 5 years manufacturer defect warranty. And so Obako I says showroom Biano near Bedida, COVID-19 which is in Yena, yet you go up. Bibiani afraid 0302 550000. I says everyday prices for everyday people.
Zio. Why is this?
Every Ghana my this year. What's on for Tintoni? And let me withdraw my swa if you tinated a center or be mama. Your friend tinated westbound capsule. Coco Nano Crow, which is in a yoya. We have a team. And I say a Jumadinti, a mat what I say, I'm a when you see problema. We have tinated westbound capsule. Car when she when ya. What's your shade? And I'm soon the own to me now nice one. We have tinated westbound capsule. Be one of my Hokunti. On to me embo and ya was away. Minyabima. We have tinated westbound capsules. Tinated westbound capsules. A tinated herbal center and Aquafaba.
Hey, tinated misconduct ambassador no one wants you any me student and me use laptop me say me who are you I didn't use me west na nsa na me hu me so me die ne ne
Milia by Kasakra unya tinated hayan herbal capsule hayan herbal capsule eno elebejo so what na computer chi enfie bebre ama wanya any problem unya tinated hayan herbal capsules yes tinated hayan herbal capsules
e dey me papa wan drive at later ache anajo a ohu kwan so yie no eni me nya be ma opusa na ni ma na nya kwa ohu hye no ene se na beji ni mabusua
ayo tinated hayan herbal capsules eno elebeje woni wabusua e ba be bom ho ban afi eni ya de kitinkiti a adokoro ho eni wabusua wa hye express ache ama hu ade yi ana wo ready ya wasa ode buku ni ba wani ana hu ade wachiri unya tinated hayan herbal capsule e ye draw waso a tinated herbal kro ya akofa aba ode abro se emwo na nti wani so emma wani so na ho embie wani so ja ne hu ade yi tinated waste capsules and tinated hayan herbal capsules eti usisi mo no na ebie wani so han electricity
we are macho ama kama
That's your best cocoa family. Be bias. When you sleep, you can't you. I'm not going to
oh, really? Or AMG cocoa fertilizer another room. Listen, or your fertilizer. Oh, to me
100%.
Oh, assassin sazi bit today. Nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, zinc. No more can be. Share only Shannon so. Fertilizer sign one nitrate nitrogen. Zekwa go chemical shop yarema. Edenye biato. Inti kwekwe kwafo etufo. Anaye koko hoduma ko na keje woze. Koda ko to fertilizer. Asam no da one. AMG koko nti fertilizer. Oza hutu aba. Fertilizer babenye. Wow! Video ayo hot. Abewa ayo rent to own. Abelandu Ghana.
When you plan city extension project, one or the project the rent to own a land and a house ownership scheme. Abba.
Some project in go pram district assembly, Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development, and the UN Habitat. A partner home. And one say, what about part payment? Area to rent to own. I say, I feel your mom fit do be a baba with dear forever and ever. Your two sir and your friend credible contractors and the distributors of building materials. Say a human abbe who apply near Mamubi. Namusi Siadana among when you be vomiting to
Shisha one go pram Apollonia, Shy Hills Mwete, and a Yikuma from 055 300 057791101 and 023-544-5882.
Website newaccra.city. Plan City Extension Project, shaping Ghana's urban future.
Omanfm mutini na nadia media semdenam obia wosi dan onko da mako roofing na wonko jinchense papa emoso na da mako nchense no eche efe na papa eye magana wedding ensuresu ensurewia ensure pomchene enye pentimamento enfedi nso da mako and wo leasing premium wo shile technology nchense papa ye di bodan so aba o aluzinc galvanized afa aluminium roofing to self lock IBR, IDT, any be a kick out. Uta, about 20 years warranty. Obia koda Marco roofing. No kojin chance, papa. If money dance, or go mob dumbura, Liberia camp, yeah, bank aswa. Now on a triple X restaurant, no, any D and shed. Or on Club any be a denta, only one senior high school D and shed. Accra, Zongole, Abiekuma, and Afi, Swedru. No phone was 055 3963058. Anna 05461252827. The Marco Roofing, your ultimate roofing partners. Won't pay 1 year.
Dana hapabye, scoop up a pie back. And one is St. Peter's Mission School. Now so meka, me Jimmy.
Oh nyabotre. Ebi na won kan kire no say St. Peter's Mission School no. Eye day and a boarding school. Na woje free crèche, neji, SHSA Echo. Woye business, general science, general labs, visual labs, home economics, science remedial school. Na sem de kan ho ni say St. Peter's Mission School. We be a branch for kra e wo kwafokrom. Ya e ben sawom. Na e ho no ye university practice demonstration school. Wo wa be funsa no bi a ya enkode dia grow ho no mo. E ma chede nyame de dum wo mo no etie. Wo ICT lab, library and a science lab e wo ho no mo. Na mo ba sese no emu so si ankasa. Sese e wi asese senti no. Wa ye wo no ani e-learning platform a. E be bo ma koda no adwe aye adwuma ntem. Na wo de asue de nya ne hu ahotoso. St. Peter's Mission School wo East Legon Obojo. Ashalebotwe New Town down. E na kwafu kromo e ben sawom. 0540 123 734 and 0540 122 734.
Go. Wake up to a fresh morning. National Agenda, your number one morning show.
Ebusiafo na mo ase na afi yemfa de obonkrata no ento aso obotentim kwabena kwache abranya akokwe kuma God na sarbidi akono na hwe na yede de obonkrata mu nsem no ede ato aso keke. Yeah, kwa ni mo ano no. Me gidi se said ensem no na e won krata so e fax a ya ma omanfo ate ase no eno ene hia pa.
Na yeah, obia position bia obia hia mpa. Ode say. Na ntina Yesu o ka kire ye se de bia ye bompa ya enkase and lead us
not into temptation,
but deliver us from evil. Temptation you know say ebia wo wani tua bone na wo kwakoye anasa wa ya so brache oda say bia wonim say ebia ensame no ma betimi ha me na nso no akwakono etoda utimi ma consideration bi obi request and now would be expression of interest. Utimi ma consideration bi na wonim say ni betimi aba ye. What is the matter? You do it with clear intention. Mampeni, the appointment of Matiami do kekeno. What do I say? A man crofobibri obia interpretation of the mai. But from crofobibri no. It shows clearly say he didn't have anything to hide. Na onim say onye BBNC ni yemu no ope. A state institution and na ye establish they are fighting corruption. And I also na o fight corruption wo bra unsru ho na hwese bia oni nipa na political party mu unye se unje just that. And I think say bia your consideration be and what am I won't predict say nipano obey or could do office wa what I say on focus wa jumana or yanoso na enema petty so na many God in there at least ya appointed no ya de ankan appointment no was ya can honorable candidate or no ya prophet and no predicted ABC. I idea na ya man the benefit of the doubt.
Yes.
Intiko na start because juma attorney general ni apani hu bi di amount. But I'm so unfortunately Matiami do e call in one hu ni sa ohun ni sa tumia nkrofo de man na ado no president no na ado adane de amano
ama ne de no so chen o mampani
ama no de no so chen no anasa oni mampani di chempe because so why green you say oni mampani di chempe a ofa na mafa minhu ni pa ba ko a office do a person otenemu yeah let's recount it again office otemu o cantonment says ya no enya no krase a 3-bedroom office. Mr. Boys quarters a walk around so 3-bedroom. 3-bedroom office cannot have 8 air conditions.
And the baby will wall no.
Minim. Enya sanity. A story building. A story building or cantonment. It can be a 3-bedroom house. Just said the waka in a case. Okohana ufrasi yes office. Enti said the OT no baby a omobehu na ya ba be fro. Na ye no ko. Office there wahwehwe bi papa ya no atwazo. Na okonso ya chief of staff office wo eka ho Flagstaff House chief director office for penifo pao nyakwara housing yes sir ya minim kura say yes boss kura wa me ache na tum wa me ache no Mr. Robert Bugri ya say edaya ede be ma wo no wono yes boss no ebo mo de so be secure dan no ne prepare for your occupation wo say dan ye wo dan ti wo without your knowledge except ko omokoye procurement wa me ache no offer back there mpacho back be there in fact yen na eku asem no get fund dan no omodi kizi ko man so one can get fund dan no a Ministry of Finance at that 10-story building so GIPC Ghana Investment Promotion Council dan omo dan no mo atremu dada no sa dan no ne aka ho asem Omanfm. I Ministry of so Ministry of Finance. Ojo finance crab ko na what time. Sada no ne aka ho asem yo. E dan no no me akorenum. Sada we menye sure say wo office. As so mo occupy more Derby 3 floors crab. So no obi anche. Ono obi anche office. Ya the computer say get fund and how you use computer no was say chief of staff gidi say when ya dan papa ma no dia mo onfa keys mre no onko ka jo mampanyin no mampanyin say date ni ye modwa ofa no kan yo ye modwa no mampanyin ni megina ho ni ntwamfo nyine na news fo nyina megina ho say office of the special prosecutor what done dem say for year minute and yes adia won use office no in fact you wrote it
say something no modiki ashmasi and fambre no
massing
of any party and you say it is my considered view that if your proposal mun share the choice of words no if your proposal for handing over the get farm building to the office of the special prosecutor was wittingly made on a settled conviction that you have been able to secure that you have been able to secure a fitting accommodation with all the divisions for occupation of the OSP, then the proposal ought to have been made to His Excellency the President to fix a date for the public commissioning of the building for the occupation of the office without any further delay. Of a way, cracked out watch you 10 August 2020. Eti ya commission dan ya ma wa the purpose say we modest no ya commission dan ya ma wa you can't use it
onye modest yen kan dan ho anse onye modest ukro ye one man state akwa identify dan e wo present ha making nkrofo teso a omukọ wall no ma renovate e de amount no what I say before then no ma kwa renovate ho from guso a e na so omunyai enye na omukọ identify we omukọ GNTC old building omukọ fa Minister of Trade and Industry ni adebemu omuni omuwi ekura nsa na parliament speaker of parliament so e ba de nkrata ba kire say parliament ato Omanfm property no na chief of staff said there be atiami do na drive we no obehu da no say no pe nti de parliament mun release near renovate yam fama no omugus da no ho renovate a wakọ chichiri work staff ade o mako gu ministry police odu police station no also police for mo ho nyina won trust o mo nti wo free police for me no bia oni o mo say they should come and take over and a contractor no buy na o chi no so I'm fan tune for 6 hours na over prosecute no
what do you best the prisons o what do you best the business
say ya can say matiamidu just how your money ma
yes
no mo na ono atetem kra no ebi minim so otetem mo omonyo ombe yes say ne man penform ne ntina because obi ampo ne man obi ana na
also 18 years ago dey anya ne ba ne obi
onyi akoda
how can I say people who are more than 18 years are responsible for themselves? They are my children. No, I can't say that. No, hey.
And you now date here, no, you need. And my main class has some. And Sabel then, and Sana or Moba, or the saying, get fund building, GRPC building here. And also, so I'm 3 floors, man, or move also uncle. Now, on to me, no be answer office, no, my renovate 10 floors, meaning a man. Yeah, move Komwa. We say yanko partition and also so open so your soul source.
One condo so yes.
I mean they are not insisting on soul source. Said the bear no and a contractor beba. Na again what can they say? Soul source and said the bear as a contractor and him say contractor no start egma obemo adenifi. Ade channel pano no to the because super on you be any
we could think about best spy on him.
Yeah. Go and check presidency number of cars or no requesting or Land Cruiser way. I dare to know about or some would be ashim not or the amomu. The Land Cruiser or Jay a Sarina room no was it a spy equipment and or the coy also a pick also or man a pickup. Oh, a year no asadiaba. Yeah, minim
some the military for ranks no. Not colonel. Obi akoko do this. So ye colonel. Eh amufa. Anybody do say ekwo military mutimi do colonel. You call him say we mere messenger. Eh officer no mo the man no. Almost man just say timi say office of the president accord the highest of dignities. Say yes makwara. Ya mo colonel.
Sir na
and because of security or share uniform ntino me I've restrained myself.
Oman
and na me say relating ntino. Me o share uniform me pese ebebu ni. But he's someone on we dealing one on the trial of bills. Office so someone winning a share several times. Eno kra no okoche contractor no kra no a omunyina ba mu omo plead
ya oti AAC so boss ka no
the same person who did it onna office no or run on the tria bills on the bibia odina no ba betu mu no o se edin and abetting into a prosecute enti amra no mfa no nko training state
kege asanity awetwa mu ane se
ano ase me ma oso wa ma obekọ akọji bench warrant dia
asanity awetwa mu ane se de yago pass se ono ade ne krata akọ adwuma no ntimi nye ye beto aso abompa ya ma no
enti na me ka okupa Ghana for mo statement say they are disappointed in president say or accepting
resignation letter no
na anka this under this circumstance
ache
you patimu you see etrienye bofre ene apam ebia tama mampani appointed no NDC for no more yes we dey train na abehu dey train na abehu of course no mampani so one ma ye na adwuma it's not bad. But we name say nipa betimi the pettiness. Any wanam wa ni tiye no kokroko say dabre mampani bad needs appointment no the man in intino. Wajibi na ya o set up so we chief executive now o office. O condition of service there now be. You rely on your board. Sebini ho dada. Ebi abefa consultant. Now I'm an actually similar people.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, in the independent constitutional body. What do I say? NTBA Obesha Electoral Commission, Obesha Sraj, Obesha Sanfoni in our wash condition of something. No, my consultants know they are prepared to be then you go and meet your board and maybe board committee in charge of HR and admin. No, I'm also so at the federal consultation near na ya di bibia ma say bia wakatua be yesi sanya man you must take the initiative usika ho ye de budget amount at our account Oh sorry ah. Oh SSA of administrator. Na or no go through the process. Yama budget 2019. Yes for nipa 200. Yama budget. Budget I would year personal emolument in Kwano and a compensation kwan and yet 36 million Ghana cedis. 2019 budget. Also on Faubia as we speak now. Special prosecutor office eni padodo me adwuma ho omo payrolls omo ye miensa eni pattern aka no nyina no ya second omo from other institutions and omo aba eno kra no you torture them police ni baba ko ohane sama mame na you say na sadia or go back to police no ko catch that DP so only on pam mame no manemra on pam mame no manemra. And this IGP crowd in it. No, so yeah. What is until they just say, baby, I say, be our nini bedili biano, titin. No, I can't me. My country was the first time. Natami do not or yet NDC minister and I'm in Folono. NDC, he was Prof Mills running me in the 2000 election. And Ghana for 2 abetia. Na nhwehwemu koso ena otukan oduru airport na emso bubusa na nsembi I say we are na metie Choice FM the then Choice FM ofre Omanfm and o de toso Radio Gold yeah at one time na he was live on about 4 radio stations in Accra. And also the shadow vice president is under attack. Yes. I know. Oh, there be 25 minutes. Oh, yes. Shadow vice president. But for this, I'm important. Yan was saying, your money is coming. Finance Minister for release statement. Almost first year, Oman 3.7 million. Second year, Oman 138 million. And at 2020, Oman 180 million. Now the government payment system, I will give me some or say spy. Board meeting. Why just sitting allowance? After what was sitting allowance. None of in the first place. And one very interesting. When I fix it, when I fix it. No, when I sit in it. Office, any Pamians. We get a maritime important news and to us. Ramatanami do said the Kratak or Hong Kong and I did until Obeso say, and 7 more yet Tassimunian Sano, Yina Yensam Yadai by a bar, and today's agenda ever 12.
The shipping industry is important to the growth of the economy, taking Ghana to the world and bringing the world to Ghana. At the Ghana Shippers Authority, we know this and we're here to help solve shippers' problems. From lost or damaged cargoes, delay of shipping documents, to legitimate charges at the ports. Our aim is to ensure that we provide the best of service and support to importers and exporters all across the country by organizing seminars on new policies, how to avoid demurrage, resolving complaints at the entry borders, negotiating port charges,